We are Brand New Muscle Car, and we build resto mods. We're talking cars that look like a classic, that drive like a brand new car. Mustangs are our specialty, and we're setting out to build the ultimate 67 Fastback. We went to the spray source and we said, create us the best looking red we've ever seen, something nobody else has, a one-off color, and that's what we're gonna shoot on this car.
As soon as the guys from Brand New Muscle Car reached out to me about supplying the paint for this project, they said they wanted a candy red. I knew I could do a little custom twist, especially on this classic Mustang, and really set it over the top and be like no other classic Mustang on the face of the earth.
So Thomas, when we worked at the collision place, we used to carry around airsoft guns because Brandon and me both were really bad about getting wheel wells or back lips of bumpers. And every time we missed one, Dustin would get to shoot us.
Yeah. Needless to say, I shot him a lot.
Dude, we need to bring that back.
Yeah, why did we stop doing that?
We can't bring it back.
Yeah, oh, we're bringing it back. Now that we own the place and the boss can't tell us not to.
Jared, you know what would be great? What would be great if somebody, I'm not naming no names, somebody would bring back a drill that they took home at one time, like 6 months ago.
Hold on, wait.
That way I wouldn't have to go borrow somebody else's.
You know what's really cool?
Wait. The thing is, does he have a home?
He doesn't right now.
Damn, that's low.
So
That is low.
where did he take it? Because he didn't.
I'm gonna say it's in a storage
It
unit.
might be in a storage unit.
Nope.
Where
It
is it?
not.
Where is it?
It's in the shop at my dad's house, sitting there where I can bring it back.
6 months ago. Just saying, instead of me having to borrow somebody else's. So, I'm gonna drill an 1/8 inch hole here. And I'm gonna drill an 1/8 inch hole here so we know exactly where this hinge has gotta go, because I need to take this hinge off so we can lower it so we don't have to worry about hitting it whenever we're painting the inside of this jam. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Oh my Lord, that is... Problem is this is a really, really dull drill bit. So, I guess I will just sit here and wait. Where'd your boys go, Caesar?
Hello.
How long does it take to find me a drill bit? It's hot up here. I'm waiting. Where are you at?
Well, I'm running, if that matters.
Why didn't you take the four-wheeler? It's literally outside the door.
Because I'm not lazy.
Gracias. Hopefully,
It's brand new out of a bag.
it works so much better whenever they're brand new. All right, other side. Okay.
I'm disappointed, man. Still no call from David yet. I figured he'd be all over that. He even called him and hung up real quick, so it just looked like he had a missed call from him. So David's not here for this this time painting the car, and he's out of town on some other business. And so I just texted him, or Thomas texted him first and was like, "Hey, what's up with your guys, man? They just told me to go home." And I texted him and was like, "Man, he was such a, you know, what a bad guy. We had to actually break him and Dustin up, you know." So we sent him home, and so now we're just waiting on David to text us back and ask us what in the heck's going on. Because David is probably super nervous that he's not even here right now. So we got to give him a little fun.
Well, that's what he gets for not being here.
Yeah. Exactly.
new muscle car Mustang RestoMod, presented by Classic Industries. And brought to you by Dirty Deeds Industries, performance without drone. Clamp Tight, clamp anything, any size, any shape, anywhere. And by Summit Racing Equipment. Build it with Summit Racing Equipment, the world's speed shop.
I love working at Brand New Muscle Car because of the atmosphere, the people, the management. It's just a fun job. I've been working on cars on some aspect or another since I was 11 years old. As a career, I started doing paint and body work and custom fabrication work and stuff like that because I do enjoy the creativity of it. Working here at Brand New Muscle Car has given me the opportunity to do something I've wanted to do the last 30 years, and that is to finally finish my build on my 74 International Scout. I've got it here at the shop. I'm able to do all the work and everything I need to do, on the weekends and after hours, and having it here with all the tools and equipment and facility at my disposal just makes it more enjoyable to be able to work on my own things along with customer vehicles. I got my International Scout in November of 1990. Been my daily driver for almost 30 years before it got so bad wiring-wise. I just couldn't keep up with the maintenance on it anymore and parked it. Now that I'm working here at Brand New Muscle Car, I can bring it back to life and make it even better. What's original left on it right now is the firewall, the windshield frame, and the tunnel. Almost all the Scouts I've built have a Shelby scoop on them of some description. But this one's going to be a steel scoop. The underside for the scoop to breathe and to bring air into the engine compartment. The holes in it are going to mimic the aluminum slot wheels that are on the Scout. The power plant for this time around is a 5.7 Hemi with a NV4500 5-speed transmission and a 205 transfer case. It's got a Dana 65 lug factory rear end and a high pinion Dana 44 custom built front axle. When the interior's done and it's up and running and driving, and then it's done. I'm building this one for one last time, and it'll be my daily driver. I'm not going to keep modifying it. I like the International Scouts because they're, one, bigger than the Broncos. They're roomier than a Bronco. They're smaller than a Blazer. I just like the styling of them. They're unique. There's a lot you can do with one. They go anywhere, do anything you want to do, and they're affordable. They're not so far out there in price that you can't afford to buy one and rebuild one.
Here, borrow that.
Huh?
You can hold that.
Just stand here like this. All the taping, it's not just to keep the overspray out of where we don't want it, it's also to keep any dirt that might be inside. And dropped it. So it serves two purposes. So it keeps all the overspray from getting on what we've already painted and getting everything in here. And it also keeps, if there's any dirt or dust that's inside the car, prevents it from coming out. So that's why you really want to tape it really, really solid, really tight. And I have the best people to do it. Brandon didn't teach me nothing. No, I take that back. Brandon did teach me how to be a butthead.
I do it well.
We needed you guys, and you guys were over here gallivanting around, gossiping.
Gallivant.
Yeah, we had a physical jet broke. We had to lift it up.
The jet, what was wrong with the jet?
It broke.
How did it break?
I don't know, probably because it belongs to you.
No. That's part of your percentage, sir. I got the new ones down there.
Oh, you can do.
There he is, there he is. Wow, what's up, man?
Hey, what happened?
Man, he just came in and was like, huh?
Was he telling you how to paint it?
Oh, yeah, we were masking it all off, and he was just, it was bad. It was bad. He was like, well, that's not the way I do it. I was like, well, okay, well, that's the way we do it. We're like, no, y'all got to do it this way. We're like, no, they can't do it that way. That's not the way it needs to be done. And him and Dustin ended up, boy, they almost come to blows.
Like how to wrap it?
Yeah, and then we were talking about how to paint it, and he was like, no, you can't do it like that. It got twisted pretty quick.
Okay, he's supplying the paint. He's not painting the car.
No, hey man, I'm just messing with you. Hey, hold on, I'm just messing with you, man.
With you, man.
It was a joke the whole time.
Thomas is right here.
Hey, David.
He's like, you.
We was just messing with you the whole time.
I know. I was like, I know he's sweating it not being here, so let's mess with him.
There's gonna be a couple beep beeps on that one, isn't there?
All right, so look like we got it all wrapped up.
We're ready to go. Well, let's get ready to paint this car.
Bit car.
Let's paint it.
Let's get her done.
I want to get it done. Make it shiny. I want to see what it looks like outside.
Oh wait, hold on. What time is it? We are officially 24 hours. You were wrong.
Okay, I will have it painted in 25 hours.
No, you won't.
No, I won't.
It's a 1979 Mustang Coupe, Fox body. I bought the car in April of '79, so I'm the original owner, so I've owned it for all these years. About 6 years in, the car had 60,000 miles on it, and we were getting transferred, and I was getting a company car. Let's send it to mother-in-law's garage because she had space temporarily. Well, temporarily lasted 14 years. Ended up in Houston with a 3-car garage, so that was the excuse to get it there. Started working on it, one thing led to another, replace this, replace that, and we end up with a show car. I had no idea, no concept that that's what this would turn into. I grew up in a little town in Ohio, and there was a Ford dealer. Probably the single car that did it was when that little dealer got a '69 Mach 1. You know, I went down there every day and looked at that car. I just knew, well, I want a Mustang, and here we are. So this is a 200 straight 6 automatic. It's got some unique things like it's got the sport option, which is a lot of the black trim, an amp on the radio system, which is kind of neat. You know, that was high tech for its era. It's air conditioning, power steering, power brakes, rear defroster, nicer upholstery. It's pretty loaded for its day. It's just a 6-cylinder. You know, time moves on. I'm glad this is part of it. I'm a fan of all eras because they're cool looking, they have good performance, they're affordable. I appreciate Lamborghinis, but that's not my thing. Mustangs are just cool because they kind of cover all the bases. I'm a gold card judge for Fox Bodies, so I get around to see a lot of cars. And my favorite thing about that is just seeing all the people. I've got friends all over the country because of this car. And I've seen some of them here at this show.
The first thing people ask about a project, whether it's a restoration or a build, color. Paint job, icing on the cake, part they're gonna look at the rest of their lives, super important. What's it look like in the sun? What's it look like in the shade? How pretty is it? How sparkly? We get our paint from the spray source.
At the spray source, we sell everything automotive custom paint. We specialize in more of the off-the-wall custom stuff, not so much the OEM. We're really known for our base coat candy system. So it gives a base coat 1K version of a 2K like candy finish without all of the extra time, effort, material, and just the overall difficulty when spraying or matching or blending when it comes to candy.
All right, I think we're ready to go.
Excited to see some color on this.
Yeah, I'm excited to see some color. Doctor?
Doctor.
Doctor?
I thought for sure he was gonna rip it.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, God. Hell, I did arms today. Okay, ready?
Ready when you are.
Doctor?
Doctor.
Doctor?
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 Doctor? So what we're doing now is we're laying our sealer coat down
and then we'll come back over the top of that with our base coat, clear coat.
And what that does is that gives a barrier in between the primer and the base coat. That gives us a good foundation for the uniformity of the base coat, so that way the base coat will lay down nice, flat, and even right before we clear it.
So we have 3 different types of kits that you can get for every single color on the website. We have a scuff and shoot, which is more for a newer vehicle or a car that you might not really care if there's a couple dents here or there. And basically all that means is you're gonna scratch the surface with a Scotch-Brite or a 600 grit and then go straight to sealer and then base coat and clear coat. Then we have the light bodywork, so say there's those dents that you want to fix or you want to just make sure it's perfectly smooth. There's enough primer to put primer on the vehicle, block it, and then go to the sealer, base coat, clear coat. And then we have the metal up, which is what we're going to be using on this car, which you start with the epoxy, which seals all the metal. And then you have the high build, which goes over your bodywork and metalwork. And then you have the sealer, and then the base coat, and then the clear coat. It is professional grade, so the professionals can use it and love it because it saves them a ton of time.
Golf clap!
But also, it's great for the DIYer who doesn't know what they need, doesn't know how much of everything they need. On the website, all you have to do is answer 4 simple questions, and the whole kit gets put together for you, and all you have to do is press add to cart.
Brand new muscle car Mustang RestoMod, presented by Classic Industries and brought to you by Old Air Products, cooling the classics. American Muscle, the aftermarket muscle car experts. And by Classic Industries, your one-stop shop for all restoration and performance parts and accessories.
I'm Matt Anderson, Curator of Transportation here at the Henry Ford. Well, part of the reason Mustang sold so well is that there was just nothing else like it on the market when it was introduced in April of 1964. And in fact, its success was so great that it launched a whole new class of automobiles, what we call pony cars. And the idea behind a pony car is that it's fairly small on what we might call a compact car wheelbase by the standards of that time in the mid-1960s. And it had the classic sporty look where you have the long hood, the short rear deck, right? The long hood suggesting big engine under the hood there, the short rear deck suggesting kind of lithe speed and performance and flexibility in terms of how the car handled. And I mean, that long hood, short rear deck formula is as old as the Stutz Bearcat in 1912, if not even a little older than that. Pony cars proliferated very quickly, though, after Mustang's success. Think about Chevrolet and the Camaro in 1967, Pontiac and the Firebird in 1967, AMC and the Javelin for 68, Dodge and the Challenger for 1970. So everybody wants to kind of get in on that action. And the pony cars sell very, very well, following on the heels of Mustang's success. But it's interesting to look back now here at where we are in the early 2020s, mid-2020s. Of all of those pony cars that we introduced, Mustang is the only one that has remained in production non-stop for 60 years now and going further. So it's a testament, I think, to the quality and the lasting brand appeal of that car.
Historically, people would buy paint in gallons, quarts, pints, that kind of stuff. And then they would buy the sealers and the primers and just kind of hope and pray they have enough for a job. This, we kind of take that hoping and praying out of it. You're getting exactly what you need for every job at the right amounts, and it's all compatible with all TDS sheets, all the steps, the tutorials, everything, all within the same ecosystem. As soon as they told me that the customer wanted a custom red, but he wanted a candy, I knew I could make a custom candy base coat that also had different hues of different colors, like purples, golds, oranges, and maybe even coppers and maroons. It gives a base coat 1K version of a 2K candy finish without all of the extra time, effort, material, and just the overall difficulty when spraying, matching, or blending when it comes to candy. With a traditional candy, it's a lot harder to spray because it's kind of like a tinted clear when you go over a metallic base rather than having a base coat all in one system. And you have to basically stay in the booth the entire time, walking around the full vehicle. After that, you have to go straight to clear coat. With a traditional base coat, you spray the base, you can wait overnight, and then you can clear coat the next morning. With this, once you start candy, you have to go until you're done with clear coat, which is basically 10 coats, and there's usually 30 minutes to 45 minutes in between each coat. With our candy base coat, instead of the metallic base that goes under traditional candy, it's kind of all in one. So you're just doing the base coat and then you go to clear coat. And you can wait overnight and then go to clear coat if you want to go home and see your family or something.
Kicking these things out right now. Make sure they're good. Boo! Welcome to Oklahoma, you just rode a bull. No.
All right, let's check this bad boy out.